let's talk about why your life direction keeps changing. This is such a frustrating feeling, and I know it. I've been through it recently, and let me tell you, it's just so beyond frustrating. It's like having when they say the carpet, pulling the rug, under the feet or something like that. Don't remember how the saying goes, but that's close enough. It's just when you think you have it all figured out, and then life throws something at you like, nope. It's like you thought you had it all figured out. Lol, ha ha ha. I'm actually just laughing at myself right now. And I just wanted to talk about this because this can also be a little bit personal. Actually, everything I do here is personal. It's a very personal thing. And I wanted to talk about it, approach it from the perspective of, this is also another very popular one that clients would come to, and be like, oh my goodness, they had everything figured out. What is going on? What is sabotaging their hard, long time planning? What is going on? And they come to me and ask all those questions looking for answers. Well, I don't have the answers. The sky, the chart, the universe has the answers for you. And that's exactly what I do with my clients in the private readings. By the way, if you want us to do the same thing for you, you could book a reading down below. All the links in my booking calendar is open down below. And the first thing I look, honestly, there's so many first things. I feel like I say that every time, is Uranus transit. Hmm. Dear Uranus, I feel like a lot of people who might have not been aware of Uranus now pretty much know more about Uranus, because Uranus in the collective transit, Uranus just entered Gemini, and this is something that every single astrologer was talking about. Reminds me of, I haven't made my own analysis on that. I should. I would love to talk more about my perspective on Uranus. That is right now at the time of recording this. That is still at 0 degree Gemini. Now Uranus in Gemini is no joke. But Uranus being at 0 degree is often referred to as Genesis, the beginning. Zero is nothing. At the same time, it's everything. It is the seed of all potentiality, right? And we're reminded of how we wouldn't have computers without zero. It's part of the binary language, but without even getting all geeky about it. I remember even in algebra class, zero, I had an absolute fascination about zero. It's not nothing. It is a whole, it is diving into a whole, I like to see it as the unseen realm of infinite potentiality. So this is where we at right now. Sometimes I'm thinking out loud and I forget I'm recording. Oh boy. Okay, so this is one thing I would definitely look at, what is happening, right? Because right now we're going through like the collective transit. Uranus is at 0 degree Gemini, but we want to see where is it falling in your life, right? Is it also falling in Gemini? Is it falling somewhere else? What house is it falling into for you? This will be different for everyone, right? It's everyone. Everyone has their own birth chart that they're born with, the natal chart, and then those transits happening in the sky, in the cosmos, would fall differently in your own chart. In each one of our chart, it will fall in a different house, in a different aspect of life. There's various, I don't want to repeat that. I made a whole episode a few weeks back, about a few months ago, about the whole 12 houses explained, and you could definitely check that out. But this would actually, this is no joke. Uranus is disruption. We think we know Uranus, but Uranus is going to be in for a surprise for us, because Uranus is disruption by nature. You cannot, we cannot know Uranus. Uranus is, oh, you think you know me, and then just pulls out something totally different, right? And also Uranus is associated with astrology, so it's kind of like fascinating how we have Uranus entering Gemini, and Gemini, which is information and communication, fast and speed. I will go deeper into that into my Uranus and Gemini era analysis. But if you, let's say as a client, you're coming to me and you feel like, oh my God, everything is my life, it has been disrupted, then of course we're going to pay a look at Uranus, because it's going to tell us a lot. Actually, especially now that there's Uranus, has entered Gemini, it will impact all of us differently. It's not if, it is a certainty of yes. Now we just want to look at how, where is it going to affect you, and the energies, that way we can take control over this energy. Often Uranus is also manifested through, I don't want to say chaos, but it's just, it rocks the boat, right? It rocks the boat. It's not, I'm trying my best not to see anything as, you know, all good and all bad. It's just neutrality. It just is. But in real life, Uranus is often going to translate as what people often call as chaos, because again, we don't like to have our plans disrupted, right? Especially if you are a Capricorn or earth signs, it's all about stability and sticking to the plan. Any Virgos listening to that? Just kidding. I love my Virgos. And so, yes, this is going to be one way, one reason. Another reason is we're going to look at your north node, right? Are you going to like a north node shift right now in your chart? So north node is generally accepted as, it's often seen as the direction that, your soul. 'Cause I'm into evolutionary astrology. Everything is pretty much linked to the soul and why we reincarnated here to do. It's not just fluffy astrology just for the sake of astrology. It's everything has a deeper meaning. So the North Node is, you can see it as a GPS, like a path that we're meant to kind of like follow in this life path. And we do in your chart we do have shifts. The north nodes do shift house every about 18 months or so. So whenever they shift house, we're talking about transit, because you do have a natal north node that doesn't change, right? It's there. It's the north node that you were born with, in your birth chart. But I'm talking about transits. And north node are pretty much like, they're not necessarily planets. They can be seen as an angle of sort. They're more like mathematical points in the sky. So they help us, it's, I could see it as GPS coordination. That's what north nodes are. So we often refer to them as our compass, our north star in a way. And whenever it changes, it shifts a house in your own zodiac, it will pretty much activate that house. So that could be another reason why you feel like everything is upside down and nothing is going according to plan, and like someone kind of like rearrange your life direction. So these are two major things we look into. And yeah, disruption of long-term plans, long-term path, and Uranus and the nodes are always going to have a lot to tell us about that. On that note, my love, again, you can always book a reading with me so we can see exactly what is going on in your chart. All the links are down below. I recently revamped my entire booking system and also simplified it. And in the meantime, keep shining bright like a diamond, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.